Hello and welcome to my channel. So I stumbled upon a great idea this morning for a breakfast, and it's a new breakfast that I think I'm going to enjoy often because it's delish, and I'm going to show you how I make it. The first thing it involves, of course, is a Japanese white sweet potato, which is my favorite. So the first thing I'm going to do is peel it because I find that the skin is kind of tough on a sweet potato. The skin on a white potato seems to be palatable, but not a sweet potato. So I'm just gonna peel this up. This is a big ass sweet potato. Good enough. I'm going to give it a little rinse. Put it on this towel. Now all of these peels are going to go in my little compost bin right here. So the next thing I'm going to do is dice this. I'm going to cut these ends off. Those funky ends, put those right in there. Now, let's see, I'm going to cut it in half. Then I'm going to cut each half in, because what I want to do is cube it. I want to cube it. So I'm going to cut it in. Holy moly. There we go. So I'm going to get a container. There we go. So, just going to do like this, and then like this. Go. This is my favorite knife. It's called Duo Glide. It's a really great knife. And if I remember, I'll put a link to it in the description of this video. But I might forget, so somebody can remind me if I forget. By far my favorite knife ever. All right, so now we have cubed white sweet potato. So right here, I have a mixture. It's half cinnamon and half turmeric. It's very, very good. You can make it just cinnamon if you want. I just want cinnamony sweet potatoes. And cutting it with the turmeric just gives it that anti-inflammatory property. So I'm just going to sprinkle some on here like that. And then I'm going to give it a shake. And once they're all coated, it's all you need. Like, you can put a whole pile of that on, but then it's not going to cling. It's not going to cling to it. So you want to just put As long as they look all coated, then I know I used enough. Maybe a tiny bit more. See how they're nice and coated, but maybe a teeny bit more. There we have it. So now I have this baking dish right here. I'm just going to spray a little, just for non-stick. I use this, I can put a link to this too. This is a nice little spray bottle for, I just put my own oil in it instead of buying those Pam sprays. So if I remember, I'll put the link for this too. Remind me if I don't, if you're interested. So I'm going to put these right here. Spread them out nicely, evenly. Fill in any extra spaces so they'll cook kind of even. Now I'm going to put these in my toaster oven. I'm grateful that this pan that's the size of like a pizza can fit in my toaster oven. I love my toaster oven. Oh, I could put a link for that too if I remember. It's the best toaster oven. Like when it starts getting old and yucky, I replace it with the same one. I've tried other ones and they're not the same. This one is the right size. It's just the right, it's just everything about it is right for me. So I am going to put this in the toaster oven right here. I'm going to put it on bake at 400 for 40 minutes. Start. And I think that will take care of it. Come back shortly after those have baked. So while my potatoes were baking, the timer just went off after 40 minutes, and I like to let them sit in there to use the residual heat. So I'll let them sit in there for another 10 or 15 minutes. So what I've been doing for the past 40 minutes while those have been baking, I watered all my plants, and I'm just in the middle of getting my lunch ready. So now I'm making those cinnamon breakfast potatoes. I don't need them right now. I've already had breakfast. They're going to be for the next maybe 4 breakfasts in the morning. So I just, when I have time, that's what I do. I just prep ahead of time. So those are for the next few breakfasts. Now I'm just making lunch, and this is already cooked. I already prep cooked all this stuff a couple of days ago, and I've been eating it since. Steamed green beans, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, some rice. I got some oil on that, and I'm about to bake this piece of fish. So now, I had never heard of this kind of fish, but I saw it, and it met my criteria for fish, so I bought it and tried it. It's a little pricey, but God, is it good. It's called Fresh Cod Loin, Wild, Iceland. So I know it's wild, so it's wild cod. It's not farmed. It's from Iceland, so I know it's north. It's $18.99 a pound, which is a little pricey. This piece is 0.61 pounds, so it was $11.58. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to throw it on a baking pan right here. That looks grungy, but it's clean. It's just well used and well loved, well seasoned. So I'm going to give this a little spray. I'm going to put the piece of fish right here. This is like the most tender. I don't know what a cod loin means. All I know is that this is like butter. It's like butter. It's so good. So what I like to do, what else is new, but I like smoked paprika on this. There it is. Almost like a rub. So I am going to take out my potatoes and put the fish in. Here's the potatoes all baked. They're all nice and soft. See, I just grab one of them and I pinch it and it smushes. That's how I know they're cooked. I'm going to put the fish in. I like to just put it on toast, like I'm going to toast a bagel. Toast, and I put it on the highest one, 6. And in my opinion, it's cooked when that goes off. So I'm going to put this in the trash. So now what I'm going to do with that is put it all in here. Then I'm going to let it cool down, cover it up, put it in the fridge. That's going to sit right over here and cool. Then I'm going to put that away. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to take this out, make my breakfast, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so I got my scale out so that I can weigh my fish for lunch. So I'm going to put that dish right on there and turn it on. And here's the fish, all baked. And I like to have 4 ounces of fish. So we'll see. This is like I said, this is like butter. That's it right there. So that I'm just going to have tomorrow. There it is, a gorgeous lunch that I'm going to go enjoy right this minute. Good morning. It's early this morning and I'm getting ready to make my breakfast. So, as you remember, I made these cinnamon, turmeric, sweet potatoes last night. So, my breakfast idea yesterday was I heated some of those up in this pan and put some eggs on top of it, and it all cooked together almost like a scramble. And it tasted like French toast because of the cinnamon with the egg, And then the sweet potato was just, instead of bread, tasted like French toast. I was like, this is ingenious. So I had that cooked, and I had my fruit on the side. I'll show you a picture right here of yesterday's breakfast. So that was absolutely delicious. But I have a different idea for this morning that I'm going to try. And instead of having the fruit on the side, I'm going to chop the fruit up and put it right in the pan with the cinnamon sweet potato. Have that all heat up and sizzle together. Put the eggs on top of that. I was thinking if the fruit was incorporated into it, it would be like the maple syrup, the sweetness. So I'm going to give this a try. So what I do is I take my pan, I'm going to give it a little spray of oil, just for nonstick. I just use it for nonstick. I'm going to put this on my scale because I weigh everything I eat. We all know that. So I'm going to do 5 ounces of this. There you go. That's it. So you see, I have about 3 more breakfasts out of this, which will be excellent. And then in here, I'm going to put this pear. So I decided on a pear. Yesterday's breakfast was a apple. So this is all washed. I just washed it. Take the sticker off. So I just like to cut it down the middle, then cut it in quarters. I like to take, there's like a long, stringy, tough thing right here. So I go from the top, I go down, and I dip into the seed pod. That's how I trim it. So now I'm going to go like this. Now I don't weigh my fruit. I do if it's like loose fruit like berries or like diced up cantaloupe or something. But when there's a piece of fruit, I consider that a serving. So this pear, whatever it weighs, is just my fruit serving. So I'm thinking when these start to sizzle and the sugar gets released a little bit from them, I just figure it would be just delicious. That's what I'm thinking. Warm pears. I'm imagining warm pears. You know, people make poached pears and stuff, so pears are meant to be warm sometimes. So I think this is just going to be delish. I just have an idea. Okay, I'm going to crack the eggs. For me, 3 eggs is a protein serving. Somebody else might prefer to have 2 eggs, 1 egg, or 4 eggs. I don't really think it matters in this dish. I'm just going to heat this up and pour egg in it, and it really doesn't matter how much it is. Whatever you consider a serving for you. So I use my butane stove right in my house, and I think some people would think that this wasn't appropriate, that it was dangerous, but I don't think it is. So I do it. All right, let's get that cranking. I'm just going to give these a little bit of a beating, not too much. Don't like to beat the eggs too much. I just kind of like to stab them and just... Here we go. We're starting to sizzle, people. Starting to sizzle, people. Now, I don't need the, all I need for the sweet potatoes to do is to heat up. And really the same for the pear. Like, I don't need the pear to get soft. I'm not really cooking anything. Right now, I'm just heating. Because when a pear is nice and ripe, it's typically nice and soft already. So we'll see if I enjoy the fruit cooked in it or if I would rather have the fruit on the side. But you don't know until you try. All right, people, I think I'm ready for the egg. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. So now to turn this, I have all kinds of options. I can turn it like, try to get it all in one piece like a frittata. Should I do that? I think I won't, because I'm just going to keep it pretty reasonable here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of divide it up into 4 sections, like that. Then I can turn each one like this. I think I'm going to turn off the heat, let it just sit a little bit in the hot pan on that side. And I'm going to put all of that right in here, and I am going to eat it because it looks delish. Doesn't that look delish? Look at that. Look at that. That is Lulu's version of French toast. Okay, I think that other side is cooked. Don't want to dry it out, you know. So we'll just put all the pieces in here. Smells so cinnamony. I can smell the sweetness. There you go. There's my breakfast. Come join me. So I have my my cup of Dandy Blend. Very good. Very good coffee replacement. Don't expect it to taste like coffee. It doesn't taste like coffee. It doesn't taste like tea. It tastes like Dandy Blend. And you just get used to it, you know? So here's my French toast Lulu's way. All right, let's see. So we get some egg with the sweet potato, a couple pieces of pear. Let's get this all together and see how this came together. Mm. Oh my God. Oh, this is really, really good. Tastes like French toast meets apple pie. Because of the warm fruit, the warm pear, you could make this with an apple, and just cook that apple in here. Apple with the cinnamon, sweet potato, and egg. Um, this is absolutely delicious. This is absolutely clean, healthy eating. I didn't put a bunch of butter. I didn't put any fat. That spray oil, I don't even count that. It's just a nonstick um, purpose. Um, Everything in here is organic. Everything is fresh, and everything is made with love by me for me. Bye for now.